Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome, my viewers. Today we are going to start introduction to IELTS. I had a lot of demand from students that I should provide them guidance about IELTS. So after receiving from different social media, different types of questions on IELTS, today just this video is on in an introduction to IELTS. The International English Language Testing System, IELTS, is widely recognized as a reliable means of assessing the language ability of candidates who need to study or work where English is the language of communication. Okay, these, I think, 4 tests of IELTS, which I'm going to discuss in my next video, they're actually designed to give IELTS candidates an idea of whether their English is at the required level or not. They are going for an admission to a foreign university, they are going for immigration, okay, or some other purposes, or they are going to have for their department ability, some departments that need IELTS. So actually, IELTS is owned by 3 partners. You try to understand that the University of Cambridge, ESOL examinations, number 1, the British Council, and IDP Education, Australian Education, Pty Limited, through its subsidiary company, IELTS Australia Pty Limited. That's the name of that company. So either you can go to IDP Education Center for IELTS test, you can go to British Council for IELTS test. Okay. I think there is a website for IELTS, www.ielts.org. Full information is given there if you want to get something more than what I told you. But I give you here everything you try to understand. First of all, we have to see what is the format of IELTS where you have to appear. You want to take a test of IELTS. Okay, you have to appear for listening, reading, writing, and speaking skills. There will be 4 tests of IELTS. Okay, you try to understand. So the pattern is the same. There is no change in pattern, but only due to COVID-19, just in 2022, British Council started online. If you want to take it from your house, you can do it. But this facility is available in Pakistan in different cities or not, I don't know. But really, in Gulf, this facility started now. But most probably, IELTS centers are available in every big city of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, in Gulf, Saudi Arabia, everywhere they are available. Dubai, even in Pakistan, Multan has an IELTS center. In Saudi Arabia, Al Hassa has IELTS center. So it's not necessary that IELTS center is in big cities. Now they are also available in small cities because most of the students every year they go for education abroad. They need IELTS to go abroad, certain score of IELTS. So now first we discuss the format. Actually, IELTS consists of 6 components. All candidates take the same listening and speaking test. There is a choice of reading and writing test according to whether a candidate is taking the academic or general training module. For what you take academic test? If you are going for your admission abroad, you will take an academic IELTS test, okay? But if you are going for immigration abroad, you have to go for a general training module. So this is the difference between both of them. An academic module, candidate wishing to study at undergraduate or postgraduate levels, and those seeking professional registration. For example, you want to get admission in Canada, you need IELTS academic. Okay, but the general training for candidates wishing to migrate to the English speaking countries like Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, and for those wishing to train or study at below degree level. I mean, if there's a below degree level, then IELTS general is acceptable. Some students, they go to schools. So it's not necessary everybody is doing undergraduate or graduate program. So there are, as I told you, there are 4 sections: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay, reading and writing, they are different in general training module and different in academic training module. but listening and speaking are the same in both of them. So let's see, I can discuss you the timing of these. Let me share the screen, okay, and then you can see it, how they work, okay. Now I'm going to share the screen. Okay, if you can see this, listening is actually, if you can see it, listening, 4 sections, 4 items, approximately 30 minutes. Okay, that's the listening. Listening and speaking is the same in both academic and general module. Speaking 11 to 40 minutes, total test time 2 hours to 44 minutes. Okay, but if you come to academic reading, they are different in academic reading different and general reading is different. For example, academic reading 3 sections, 40 items, 60 minutes. Okay, and academic writing is also different. But you see, academic reading in general, 3 sections, 40 items, 60 minutes. So that's the level is somewhat lower than academic reading. Now, academic writing, 2 tasks, 60 minutes. General training writing, 2 tasks, 60 minutes. But the level of writing is lower than this. When we go in detail, we will give you separate project practice for academic reading first and then general training then. So speaking, if you can see, 11 to 14 minutes and total test time 2 hours and 44 minutes. That's all. You try to understand. There are 4 tests: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Listening and speaking are the same, but reading and writing, they are different. For if you are going for general test, is different. Academic test is different. So that's all. Okay, now we come to, again, we come to other things. What is listening? This is introduction. So the test, what is listening test? This test consists of 4 sections, each with 10 questions. The first 2 sections are concerned with social needs. The first section is conversation between 2 speakers, and the second section is monologue. The final 2 sections are concerned with situations related to understand educational or training context. Okay. The third section is conversation between up to 4 people, and the fourth section is monologue. The third and fourth sections are somewhat difficult, but first 2 sections are very easy. A variety of question type is used, including multiple choice, matching, plan, map, diagram, labeling, form completion, note completion, table completion, okay, flow chart completion, summary conclusions, okay, and summary completions also sentence completion, short answer questions. These are the types of questions you are being asked in this section. Candidates hear the recording once only, no 2 times, only 1 time, and answer the questions as they listen. 10 minutes are allowed to, at the end of candidates, to transfer their answer to the answer sheet. There will be an answer sheet. You will have to fill the ovals for your roll number, for your name, and then you have to fill the answer there, okay? Now we go for academic reading. The most critical section, some people think reading is easy. I think reading first reading section is very easy, but the last one is difficult, okay? Why? Because reading is logical. You must have the ability to go for reading for gist, reading for details, reading for scamming and scheming skills you must have. Otherwise, this test you have to prepare very well. This we will, in the further lectures, we will explain to you how you can be better achieving reading comprehension for IELTS reading test. This test of reading, academic reading, we call it academic reading, consists of 3 sections with 40 questions. There are 3 texts which are taken from the journals, books, magazines, and newspapers. The texts are on topics of general interest. At least 1 text contains detailed logical arguments. Okay, you try to understand. This is somewhat the criteria of academic reading. A variety of question types is used, including what type of questions: multiple choice, identifying information, true false questions, not given questions, identifying writer's views, claims, yes, no, not given, matching information, matching headings, matching features, matching sentence endings, sentence completion, okay, summary completion, note completion, table completion, flow chart completion, diagrams, label completion, short answer questions. So these are the techniques used in this section. Now we go to general training reading that I described for academic training reading before. Now I go to general training reading. If you go to general training reading, this test consists of 3 sections with 40 questions. The texts are taken from notices, advertisements, leaflets, newspapers, instruction manuals, books, and magazines. Because this one's somewhat easier than the first test. The advertisements, leaflets, newspapers, instruction manuals, books, and magazines. Okay, the first section contains text relevant to basic linguistic survival in English, with tasks mainly concerned with providing factual information. So that's the whole criteria. That one's somewhat easier than academic, reading. Uh, the second section focuses on work, context, and involves text of more complex language. The third section involves reading more extended text with a more complex structure, but with emphasis on descriptive and instructive rather than argumentative text. So this one is somewhat complex, but it is solvable. It's not like academic. Academic test is more difficult than this test. I think a variety of questions type is used. You will ask what type of question will be used. I think including multiple choice question, identifying information, true, false, not given questions, identifying writer's view claims, yes, no questions, given, not given questions, matching information questions, matching heading questions, matching features questions, matching sentence ending questions, sentence completion, summary completion, note completion, table completion, flow chart completion, diagram completion, diagram label type of completion, short answer questions. So this type of questions will be asked here. This is all about reading for academic and reading for general. Now we come to the academic writing. So this is a very important type of section of writing, because some people think it's very difficult because they have to write. So that's why this is somewhat, even in online now, yeah, you should be expert in writing. So this test consists of 2 tasks. It suggests that candidates spend about 20 minutes on task 1, which requires them to write at least 150 words, and 40 minutes on task 2, which requires them to write at least 250 words. Task 2 contributes twice as much as task 1 to the writing score. Okay, so task 1 requires candidates to look at diagrams or some data, graph, table, or chart, and to present the information in their own words. They are assessed on their ability to organize, present, and possibly compare data, describe the stages of process, describe an object or event, or explain how something works, which is the whole criteria of writing. That is somewhat, if somebody is good at writing, he can pass that test. In task 2, because before that I discussed task 1, but in task 2, candidates are presented with a point of view, argument, or problem. They are assessed on their ability to present a solution to the problem, present, justify an opinion, compare and contrast evidence and opinions, and evaluate and challenge ideas, evidence, or arguments. So candidates are assessed on their ability to write in an appropriate style. Mean their grammar should be there. They should be good at grammar. They should be good at punctuation. Spelling should be good. Okay, they are writing in good. They are good in tenses. No language errors. No language style errors. So all these things are counted in writing test. Okay, writing scores. I think task 1, candidates are asked to respond to given situation with a letter requesting information or explaining the situation. Sometimes you are asked to write a letter for job, application for job. They are assessed on their ability to engage in personal correspondence, elicit and provide general factual information, express needs, wants, likes and dislikes, express opinions, complaints. Task 2, candidates are presented with a point of view, argument, or problem. Okay, they are assessed on their ability to provide general factual information, outline a problem, and present a solution to any problem, present or justify an opinion, and evaluate and challenge ideas, evidence, or arguments. So candidates are also assessed on their ability to write in an appropriate style. This is necessary You must have an appropriate writing style. Means you should be good at writing. More information on assessing both the academic and general writing tests, including writing band descriptors, public version. You can check on IELTS website. I've already explained to you www.ielts.org. So, but we will also give you lectures on it, and we give you some examples of it. And if somebody needs the books, I will send you by books by email. If somebody asks me to free books, we will give you, and free CDs we will give you. We will send you from our side if somebody is in touch with us on YouTube video, and that he can get it free material from us. Now, last one is because I discussed reading, listening, reading, writing, and now the last one which is still left is speaking skill. So this is the most important skill. This test takes 11 to 14 minutes and is conducted by a trained examiner. Three parts of this test, as I consider. Part one, the candidate and the examiner interview themselves. Candidate then answer general questions about themselves, their home, family, their job, study, their interests, and a wide range of similar family topic areas. Their part lasts between 4 and 5 minutes. Okay. Or what's your good name? My name is Malik Adil. Or where are you from? I'm from Gujranwala. Okay. Okay. What does your father do? My father is a farmer. Okay, what does your mother do? She is a headmistress in a school. So this type of answers and question. What is your family? Can you explain? Yes, I have 3 sisters. I have 5 brothers. Okay, blah blah. We can ask like this way. Part two. The candidate is given a task and a card with prompts and is asked to talk on a particular topic. The candidate has 1 minute to prepare and they can make some notes if they wish before speaking, or between 1 or 2 minutes, the examiner then asks 1 or 2 questions on the same topic. So given a chit, you write some topics, you some notes. For example, the topic, for example, is unemployment. Now you have to speak on that topic, okay? Short speaking. You say, unemployment is a severe problem not only in developed countries, not only in underdeveloped countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Philippines, but also it's a severe problem in developed countries like UK, USA, Canada, Europe. Pakistan has different scenario. In Pakistan, unemployment is due to different reasons. There are many reasons. One reason is that there are no more jobs in Pakistan. Second, there are no more businesses in Pakistan. Third, Pakistan is a poor country. It doesn't have the money to set up new industrial area that can provide new jobs. Then you can say the government is planning to have to eradicate unemployment. For example, they have started overseas employment corporation to send people abroad. Okay, people are moving to other countries. 9 lakh people, they are working abroad, and government is sending 2 million more people abroad to finish this problem. Now in Pakistan there is a CPAC. There are 1,000 factories are being set up on CPAC, and Pakistanis are getting jobs. It's just to eradicate the problem of unemployment in Pakistan. Yeah, then you can make a conclusion because you have to speak short on it. You say it is a severe problem. It is a problem that cannot be finished overnight. Government is planning, and with their planning, it can be solved. Not in overnight, but it can be solved in the next coming 3 to 4 years. So this can be short discussion on the topic. I give you one example. Part three. The examiner and the candidate engage in discussion of more abstract issues which are thematically linked to the topic in part two. The discussion lasts between 4 and 5 minutes. So they can ask you questions. For example, they say, you said unemployment is, what do you think are the causes of unemployment in America? I say the cause of unemployment in America, America has spent a lot of money in wars. That's why they can spend more money on their country. So that's why there's unemployment, or the people can get unemployment allowance. That's why most of the people, they don't work. They show themselves they are unemployed. So this is what we can answer, short answer. We can ask the other question, how can we solve the problem of unemployment in your country? So I can give suggestions. My country is agriculture country. There should be new planning. Like China, we have to grow more needed crops. Okay, like olive trees, like so many other examples I can give here. So this type of you can explain. Speaking tests assess whether candidates can communicate effectively in English. The assessment takes into account fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range, and accuracy. Pronunciation also is very important. Your accent is very important. You try to understand how you speak in your speaking test. It's necessary. When I went for my PhD, because for PhD I need IELTS. I had 8.0 out of 8.5. The reason was because in reading some last question, the time was finished. So even though I was so much expert, I could have got 8.5 out of 9. So this is what I needed only 6.5. So I have to tell you that this is what happened to the very highly experienced people also. More information on assessing the speaking test, including speaking band descriptors, public version, I think is available, as I told you, the website www.ielts.org. You can check by yourself. But most important thing is when we deliver the lecture, we give you all information, and also we give you the free books, so you can be able to follow us on YouTube videos. But you have to subscribe for these lessons. It don't according to demand, because if there is demand, I can make free videos for you. Okay. So now the question, some students they asked how the IELTS is scored. My answer to this question, how is IELTS scored? IELTS actually are reported to 9 band. You try to understand 9 band scale: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In addition to the score of overall language ability, IELTS provides a score in the form of a profile for each of the 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. These scores are also reported on a 9-band scale. All scores are recorded on the test report form along with details of candidate's nationality, okay, first language, and date of birth. Each overall band score corresponds to a descriptive statement which gives a summary of the English language ability of a candidate classified at that level. The 9 bands and their descriptive statements are as follows. How I can describe you in the following list: number 9, I will count the first, okay, because it's the highest band. Expert user has fully operational command of the language, appropriate, accurate, and fluent with complete understanding. Very good user has fully operational command of the language with only occasional unsystematic inaccuracies, inappropriateness, misunderstandings may occur in unfamiliar situations, handles complete, complex, detailed argumentation well. That's the meaning of very good user. 8. 7 means a good user. Who is a good user? Good user means has operational command of the language, though with occasional inaccuracies, inappropriateness, and misunderstanding in some situations, generally handles complex language well and understands detailed reasoning. So this is meaning of band 7. Now we come to band 6. What does it mean? Band 6 means competent user. Most of the universities worldwide accept 6.5, or some universities also accept 6. Has generally effective command of the language despite some inaccuracies, inappropriacies, and misunderstandings, can use and understand fairly complex language, particularly in familiar situations. That's the meaning of IELTS band 6, mean a competent user. Now come 5. So in many universities, people, when they are not able to get 6.5 or 6.0, the required band, they get 5.5. They are admitted in an English language program in the university. Before, for example, they are going for master degree, they will first go for a 6-month English language program if they have 5.5 or 5.0, but they will be given visa. What does it mean 5? 5 means modest user, has partial command of the language, coping with oral meaning in most situations, though is likely to make many mistakes. Okay, should be able to demonstrate or handle basic communication in own field, because that's acceptable band, the last acceptable band. But some universities in UK or USA 4.0 they give you admission in language center, but that will be 1 year, I think, language class in some universities. 4 means limited user. Basic competence is limited to familiar situation, has frequent problems in understanding and expression, and the student is not able to use complex language. That's the meaning of 4. Below 4, no use of IELTS because nobody will give you admission below 4, okay? Except you are a child, you are going in a school. Oh, then number 3 means extremely limited user. Student can convey and understand only general meaning in very familiar situation. Frequent breakdowns in communication occur. So they only for schools, students can go under this band. Okay, 2 and 1. 2 is also an intermittent user. A student, no real communication is possible except for most basic information using isolated words or short formula in familiar situations and to meet immediate needs has great difficulty. And this indicates 2 band 2 indicate that the student has great difficulty in spoken English and written English. So this means student is not able to communicate. So student is not able to get admission in your university, is not able to be communicated in the English language. So that's one of the reasons not suitable for studies. And 1 mean non-user. Okay, essentially has no ability to use the language beyond possibly a few isolated words. That's 1. 0 means no accessible information provided. And 0 means did not attempt the test, maybe. So that's I told you before, most universities and colleges in the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and USA, United States of America, accept an IELTS overall band score 6.0 to 7.0 for entry to academic program. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Now wait for our next video. It depends on the demand. There was a high demand of IELTS. That's why I gave today introduction. If I receive a lot of comments and by email I receive something, so I will go to make further lectures on IELTS. I will start from listening or reading, or I will start from first section. One section I will give you a lot of understanding, and I will start second section. So this way you can use these free videos and you can improve IELTS by yourself. That's not a big issue. Hopefully those questions which were asked by the students were answered today. And thank you very much. Do not forget to subscribe this channel and enjoy this free video. Thank you very much. Introduction to IELTS, a free video for you, a gift for you. Thank you very much and bye-bye.